Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, where I was born and raised. And since 2018, I've been co-head of the Policy and Partnerships Division at the Trade Specialized Institution of the Islamic Development Bank Group, which is a multilateral development bank that finances economic development in 57 countries of the OIC, the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation. So I'm initiating and implementing strategic partnerships with public and private institutions. Between 2014 and 2018, I managed private sector development programs in the same institution, but in the private sector part of it. And then I used to design and execute projects that help create jobs in the Middle East and Africa, especially for small and middle enterprises. I later joined the United Nations. This is where I started my international development journey. I co-founded two startups that are currently operating, Agrobiotech and Pegas, respectively in the biotechnology sector and the energy sector. I feel absolutely useful. I'm going to work every morning and finding resources, executing programs, that help people at the other end of the world, help create jobs or improve people's lives. Being able to contribute the same thing for other people, that's actually what wakes me up every morning. Being able to give the same to others and have everybody dream and realize their dream. And if I can work in an institution that actually makes that happen or helps make that happen, this is actually something restart my life all over again to do the same. One of the main problems in agriculture is the seeds part of it. You have the commercial seeds that you have to buy all over again. There's an alternative, to that, which is to multiply those plants in laboratory, which will ultimately be much cheaper for the farmers. So this is really a game changing, I think, for agriculture development because you get the chance to reproduce, fields or crops that undergo kind of extinction. Pegas has been created and co-founded with my best friend. The idea he worked on was, to create a system whereby you distribute LPG, housing cooking gas. At the retail, and now we are, distributing housing cooking gas to about 12,000, families in South Africa, and with a strong ambition to go beyond that country. Low-income families have the opportunity now to consume LPG as much as they can afford. I came from the United Nations, where I worked at the Peace Building Commission. Narrative behind was that, it's almost impossible to undertake a project in a country in conflict, And what we did there was actually the contrary. We constructed a $10 million project or so in Yemen, right at the apex of conflict, where we supported, hundreds of, small businesses. And it was so successful that we replicated the same. So the project is called Brave, and we did the same for women in Yemen again, but in Nigeria, in Mali, and in Burkina Faso. Conflict has come to a point where it's kind of the new normal in many places of the world, and so the idea is, how do you help people, make a living in an environment where there's a conflict every day. Some other very interesting things I'm working on currently are the African Continental Free Trade Area. By the market size, yes, it's supposed to be, the largest free trade in the world. 10, 20 years from now, we will be debating and speak again about, democracy and democratic development and the path to go to that state. But, I think for me, the initial challenge is to make sure that, there is, some sort of balance between people in the world. Somehow, people get jobs, people can aspire to, a life free of poverty.